We've all watched movies, and sometimes you find yourself giving life advice to the main character. You'll be like, yo, my man, do this, do that. If it was me, I would have done this. Now think of your own life. Are you where you want to be? Are you making progress that actually edifies to the best version of yourself? Or are you just feeling overwhelmed and stuck? If you were the main character of a movie, what life advice would you give yourself? If now you feel overwhelmed, you see no progress in your life, this video is for you. Nothing in life is ever instant. The instant gratification on this platform doesn't exist. That's what I failed to understand when I started my first YouTube channel. I wanted to be monetized as quickly as possible. I wanted the money, I wanted the views, I wanted everything that has to do with YouTube. So I watched a lot of Max Tuning, a lot of Andrew Tate, a lot of How to Beast, a lot of Petros Kulian, and I realized this thing, man. We have to grind no matter what. So in this video, I am going to show you the 5 key steps that I'm still taking to reinvent my life, making sure that I live my life with purpose. Because when we live with purpose, we actually, at the end of the life, we will see that God's also in a way. So if you don't understand what that means, I'll leave it in the subtitles here so that you understand what I mean. The concept of creating your life is an interesting one. And my friend, you have to know that your life is in your control. It doesn't depend on fate. It doesn't depend on destiny. So we start by reframing our mindset. When you reframe your mindset, you become a better version of yourself. We all know that men don't cry. Whatever feeling that you have as a man, it has to be kept way, way deep down, and you have to keep your cool. That is why mental toughness is necessary for men. You have to be able to control your emotions and be grounded and not be moved by anything. So a mind is a great place. It can make hell out of heaven or heaven out of hell. So whatever it is that you are telling yourself in your medulla oblongata, it has to be a great thing. You are a great man. So rewrite the story. Instead of saying I'm stupid, say that I am skilled in areas that others aren't skilled in. When you do that, my friend, you become a better version of yourself, because any and everything starts with the mind. So an action tip for you is just to take a negative situation and turn it around. When you do that, whatever situation you are thrown with in life, you will always look for a positive. There's this idiom that says every cloud has a silver lining. So always look for the silver lining. I remember back in 2016, I was rewatching in fact, the movie Storm the Yard. Megan Good was there, Columbus Short. I love that movie, man. And I remember seeing the bodies of guys there and I was intrigued. No Diddy. I saw their physique. I was like, yeah, I want to be like those guys when I reach their age when they did the movie. And needless to say, I never went to the gym because I was hoping that Merlin would appear and give me the great physique that I wanted. In fact, I know that you have to be consistent when it comes to the gym. So I have made it a point that I go to the gym 3 times a day, like my home gym and stuff, and then I just work out. Make sure that as a young man, as a man, you are in great shape. Everyone is saying this on the internet. I don't think that those people are crazy. You have to work out. You have to be the better version of yourself. As my man Petros Kulian will say, fitness is a gateway drug. So it is a must for each and every man to have a great physique. When you are putting yourself through that pain, when you are putting yourself through that gruesomeness, man, you just say, you know what? I want to be the best version of myself. So an action step for you, my man, is just for you to go to the gym 3 times a day. It's not hard, man. It's an easy thing and you can do it. I believe in you. Step number 3, you have to make goals that are non-negotiable. No more excuses. You have to make goals that scare you a little bit, but also goals that excite you so that you are empowered whenever you're working on them. For example, it might be fitness. What are your goals regarding fitness? Now, it might be like progressive overload, like over time. You're still starting in gym. Maybe you're still using 5 kg. It's great, man. Practice that form. Practice like moving on to other weights. Maybe it might be your professional career. Now you want to be promoted, for example. So what stuff can you do around the workplace that can actually get you noticed? Now maybe it might be dating. You want that beautiful, sexy girlfriend that we all dream of. So what are the steps that you're going to take in order to reach? It might be maybe to go to a dating app, maybe improve your style, maybe just go out maybe once a week and then you meet different ladies, try and approach them. All those things, they must be broken down. So whatever it is, it has to be a SMART goal. Remember, SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, time specific, and all that type of stuff. So an action tip that I will give you, just create a timetable today that you're going to stick with it for 7 days, and then after 7 days continue until day number 30. And I promise you, whenever you stick to it religiously, you will become the best version of yourself, because it only takes 21 days to make it a habit. So let's turn these goals into non-negotiables and become the best versions of ourselves. Creating and living your best life is a process, and a process, man, it may be 30 days, it may be 6 months, it may be 2 years. It's a process, it's that, and it's not going to happen within 30 days. I was just making an example, but you have to know that it's a process and ingrain that in your thoughts that it's a process. Now, what things are you doing that are draining your energy? What activities that seem to drain the life force out of you? So it's time for you to act like a main character of your life. Remember, you are the director, the writer, the main character of your life. So it is fitting for you to create a life that is worth you living in it. So what you have to do, you have to understand that the concept of YOLO is a great one, but at the same time, it gives you an ability to pivot. You only live once, then you always need to pivot whenever things do not go according to plan. So each and every time you go to sleep, it must always be ingrained in your brain that your obituary is going to be filled with highlights. So make sure that your highlights are worth watching. So each and every time you go to social media, go to things that will definitely edify to the version of who you want to be. No more scrolling to things that will drain your energy, because we all know that when we see those messages that are blackmailing, we do not feel as great as we would have felt. So it is fitting that each and every time we go to social media, we just go there to check, okay, this is what is going on. Other than that, need to log out and be the better versions of ourselves. We have all heard the saying that hurt people hurt people. So you might be going around your life hurting people, not knowing what happened. That's why psychology is actually a great thing, because when you understand psychology, you understand why people do the stuff they do. So why am I saying all of this? I am saying that because most of us have the inner critic. The inner critic is always echoing the voices of the people that wanted to hurt us. We were not at our level best when they knew us, and what they said at that particular point in time maybe have been true, but it doesn't reflect to who we are right now. It's always important to note that whatever it is your inner critic says is not real. One of the ways to silence your inner critic is to actually write down each and every negative thought that you have. Make a list. After making that list, you throw it away. When you do that, you are disposing that list from your mind, and you are actually opening up a room for positive things to occupy your mind. Always remind yourself that it's not a real thing. What I want to leave with you today is a challenge. I want you to challenge yourself as much as I am challenging you. Write an action step today that you are going to take that will lead you to become the best version of yourself. It doesn't have to be a huge action, it just has to be a consistent action that you are taking each and every time to become a better version of yourself. Creating the best version of yourself will not happen overnight. So it is important to take note that whatever it is that you are doing, that you have commented there, that you know, this is what I'm going to be doing, it has to be taken in small steps. So for you to be able to see the transformation, you have to invoke consistency. So if you like this content so far, my man, please click that like, that subscribe button so that you help me grow and I help by putting out this content each and every time. So let's become the best versions of ourselves. With that being said, remember, act like a main character of your life because that you definitely are.